And we're back for CTP Collector University with me, Joey Papa CTP Buscemi, your host, co-host, I should say, Jason Quararenga.
What's up?
And again, we've got our special guest tonight, Mr. Brian Isaacs from PendragonsPost.com. Yep. We have Mr. Hans Mo or Hani from Collectors Trading Post, the crazed DC Universe admin.
Hey, CTP.
Yeah, man. And the world, don't forget, because we're going outside, just going outside that little page. You know, that little chunk of what we're trying to make into a big world. And then, of course, to the best goddamn page that's dedicated to Marvel, Make Mine Marvel, Mr. Josh Miller and Mr. Jason Koyama.
What's up?
Hey.
All right, so let's get back to this. So where we left off is Batman wears this little glittery belt with these little things in it. And it was
correct.
Yeah, that's right. By Josh Miller himself, so everybody give him a cheer. Jason Quararenga, I know you must be offended by this statement. Could you please tell me?
So am I.
I mean,
Truth hurts, fellas.
I mean, Jason, honey, I know you were dead. I mean, when we asked you for a freaking doc, for a checklist for DC Classics, I didn't know there was that many variations. I mean, if the thumb was twisted the wrong way, you put it on there. But Batman is Jason's world. Because don't forget, Jason is going to be on the travel shows, or the Travel Channel's show, The Toy Hunter, because of his carded Batman collection. So, yeah, man. So from
my carded and loose Batman collection. Yes,
that's
sir.
right. That's
Go,
right.
Jason.
Yeah, man, it's pretty tight. But anyway, Jason, what's your response to Josh Miller?
Listen, people who are going to hate on Batman, they can hate all they want.
No, time out.
Truth be told,
Remember though, Josh loves Gambit. So there's your ammunition. So go.
Well, now I feel bad making fun of him if he likes Gambit. I mean, I can't. It's like making fun of one of the kids I teach at school. I can't do that to him.
What?
He called you
Hey,
special.
a Gambit could take Batman. I believe that.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? This is a special CTP event. Where we have Batman in one corner, the Raging Cajun, Gambit in the other. Go. Tell me who's going to win.
Listen. Gambit is good with his bow staff, yes. I'll give it to him, but range attacks. Batman can dodge a range attack like no one's business.
I always liked Gambit's costume.
Honey, you are not in this. This is a two-fight.
No.
Go. Josh.
I don't know if Gambit could take Batman, but I just think Batman's so overrated.
Josh, stop avoiding the question.
Belt.
This is a fight.
Batman is not overrated. If anyone's overrated, it has got to be Deadpool. He's the most overrated hack, in my opinion.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but I don't
God,
know.
listen, guys.
Joey, you did that thing on CTP where Batman fought everybody and beat.
Yeah, I know. You kept me up for 3 hours past my bedtime. Text me. What the hell are these people thinking?
Yeah, because he knows martial arts. Well, big whoop. Who doesn't?
Yeah, I want to bitch slap you for that one too, Joey.
Professor X knows martial arts, and he's crippled. So
no, he's walking.
Well, now I'm surprised you know that.
Well, I read Deadpool, and I got to ask you about that in a little bit, but we're going to leave it there. So anyway, who wins, guys? Batman or Gambit?
I already know the answer to this one. Everybody's going to say Batman.
And what are you going to say, Josh?
I'm going with Gambit just because.
No. Who do you think is going to whip his ass, honestly?
Yeah. I think he could. He'll blow up his little gadgets. He'll touch them and blow them up. And what's Batman going to do? He's going to be sitting there pouting because all his toys are blown up.
You mean to tell me that Gambit's going to touch a batarang coming at full velocity and recharge it?
He caught Cap's shield. I'm sure Cap can throw his shield harder than Batman can throw a little ninja knife.
Wait a minute, Josh, time out. If I remember correctly, Gambit had his ass handed to him in AVX.
Yeah, well, that happens. When
Whatever. All right. So we're all just going to say Batman whip Gambit's ass and just get Josh even more pissed off, so it's even more fun as the show continues. Anyway, moving on. So we are going into the really fun discussion part. Tonight we're going to talk about a couple comics and a couple movies. And I guess let's start off where, again, Josh Miller always likes to beat me. Joey, come on, just go to Marvel. So I've been opening myself up. So I picked up this week Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe 1 and 2.
Why?
Brian, let me get through my talk first, and then you can whatever you want to do with it, you can just I know what you're going to do to it. I mean, it's coming. So anyway, but let's talk about something. Forget this, whatever. I mean, Deadpool. I'll be honest, I love it. I mean, they already supposedly shot 8 minutes of the test footage for the movie. The guy who reviewed it said he could not believe seeing Deadpool in full costume just whipping ass. I mean, if it ever comes to the table, and whatever actor gets in there, whatever is, I don't know if you even get in there after doing freaking Green Lantern, but, whoever plays it, it's just this allure with Deadpool because he's, like they call him, the merc with the mouth and everything. But let's talk about, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe #1. You get into it, you open the page, frickin' Reed Richards' face is like dripping off his skull. You got frickin' Ben Grimm in Pebbles. I mean, so you've got, within the first book, which I thought, holy shit, by the time I got done with it, you have Reed Richards, Johnny Storm, who he slices his frickin' throat in front of his sister, the Thing, who has been crushed into pebbles, and Sue Storm, that he just completely guts her from the rear. And then the guy who, kind of does the over thing, or watching thing, the Watcher, Deadpool comes up, does this funny thing, says, "Who are you talking to?" and cuts his frickin' head off, and then he kills the guy, Psycho Man. So I'm like, holy crap. So luckily, I was kind of happy about this. I didn't realize it had already come out, so sitting next to it when I was at my comic shop was issue #2. Well, that's when I about needed adult diapers, and I know, Josh, you're probably happy about that one, but...
you need to have handy.
Whatever. Anyway, you got some warm milk? I forgot my warm milk.
Yeah.
Okay. But you open the book cover. First thing you see, a news reporter. Oh, my God, it's horrendous. There's carnage. There's death everywhere. You see Dr. Doom, like, gouged, laying across power lines. Then you have Spider-Man getting his head freaking blown off by a .45. I mean, he just shoots the guy. I mean, blows up Spider-Man's head. I mean, that right there blew it for me. You get Black Panther dead, Tigra dead, Iron Fist dead. But when you guys read this, tell me, whoever wrote this, I don't care. This part for me was amazing because I was not expecting it. Jarvis runs in. We can't, Hank Pym disappeared, and blah, blah, blah. Well, you've got Iron Man in the room, Thor, Luke Cage, Jarvis, of course, Miss Marvel, Spider-Woman, Hawkeye, Captain America, and Wolverine. Next thing you know, you see this glowing stuff, and Deadpool uses Pym particles to shrink the bomb down, and he just blows them all up. I mean, Josh, Jason, what did you guys think as Marvel fans when that happened? I was blown away.
Jason, you go ahead and go first, man.
Well, I liked it. I mean, overall, I liked it. I do have some gripes. To me, my brutal, honest opinion, I'm sure Josh might think differently, but my brutal, honest opinion was I thought it was like a first-person porn where it's like you feel satisfied as a Deadpool fan that he's killing all these people, but you know it's not realistic, but yet you still want to keep reading because the writing is relatively good, and it's pretty creative in the way that the writer kills each of these characters, but in the back of your head you're like, there's no fucking way that would ever happen.
Well, that's what I was saying. What did you think, Josh?
Well, I like the fact that they actually gave it a backstory. Psycho Man messes with his head, and he takes out whatever's been holding him back from killing everybody. Like that's interesting.
Let me ask you that though. So in other words, when he shocked him, so am I getting that right? Is this like a deep buried personality of his?
I don't know, something like that. But
okay.
The way, I don't know, like Jason said, it's not realistic. But the way he killed Thor was awesome.
Well, let's get into that. I mean, you've got. First of all, dude, I don't care. The best kill in the whole book so far was Luke Cage says it's going to take a lot more than your little bombs to blow me up. He goes, yeah, I thought of that. That's why I know you drink a lot of coffee. I mean, he shrinks bombs into his coffee, and he blows up from the inside. He kills him. That was ingenious. I mean, I never even would have thought of that.
Yeah, and killing the Watcher was cool too.
I thought that was the best part.
Yeah, that's probably up there with me too. The Watcher, killing the Watcher.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with the book is that it attracts readers who there's always characters in every universe that you always hate. For example, seeing him blow up Spider-Man's head, although I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, that really made me feel good because Spider-Man never dies.
Yeah.
Soon as you know Spider-Man's done, it's like now the shit got real.
Yeah. Well, the wild thing is okay. This is my question though. Like last week I was joking around, and talking about what was it? When I was talking about Marvel Universe versus zombies, right? You guys remember that part?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. DC listened to me anyway. Wolverine died because the only two that came back was Luke Cage and Thor. And like Josh said, when he took the pin particles and said the only way to kill you is with your own hammer, and he increased it tenfold and it killed Thor, took him out. I mean, but Wolverine's dead. I mean, what happened with this amazing regenerative property? I mean, I know that Blast could have just taken all the flesh off his skin.
Well, Joey, if you know anything about Marvel, you know that Wolverine can die if he's burned severely, and it continues to burn. That's a fact.
I know. That's why I've got you.
Yeah. Well, I liked it. It was good. Other than I think they took out too many heavy hitters in the first 2 issues.
I agree.
Like I think Wolverine would be one of the only people that could stop Deadpool, and that they took him out and they took Thor out and all these other. I mean, they killed the Howard the Duck, which stuff like that's entertaining. I think that's awesome, but they took out way too many heavy hitters in the first issues, and I don't know who's going to stop them or who they're going to bring into, the next issues, and just be.
He even kills the Hulk.
Yeah, and the Hulk too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this issue was supposed to be for the Avengers, and next issue, I'm guessing, is the X-Men. Looking at the trailer or the teaser, the pick, and I think Wolverine comes back though, because if you notice in the cover, he's in the cover or something. So we'll see more of him.
I mean, in the first 2 books he killed 23, 24 Prime superheroes.
He killed quite a bit. I didn't count them, but there's quite a few.
You all know Scarlet Witch will snap her fingers and they'll come back to life again.
Who?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch or Mephisto. Here's reality again. Snap.
Well, this isn't meant to stay with the man world. It's just a side.
I know. It was my dig. I'm sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
But Jason, you have no place to dig because there is not one freaking Batman storyline that follows another. So that should be a good story for you, right?
And I'm glad it didn't continue from the Marvel zombie, kind of like they did with the Wolverine and the Punisher.
Jason, what's your favorite line from that?
I can't believe I ate my wife.
Well, they did this already with the Punisher, didn't they? Punisher kills Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Garth Ennis wrote that one, I remember.
Yes, but before that, there was even a better one called Frank Hembrick Destroys the Marvel Universe. At least that was entertaining.
All right, so we all got our thing. Let's let Brian have his say, because I know he's chomping at the bit. Brian, as an artistic genius as yourself, what did you think of this fantastic writing in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe #1 and 2?
What a piece of shit.
Oh, my God. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear nothing about fecal matter. Why?
Why?
Yes, why?
Oh, my God. It's just okay, first off, the overexposure of Deadpool is nauseating to begin with.
Well, it says Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. He's got to be over frickin' exposed.
And then the entire so-and-so kills the Marvel Universe. It's been done to death. It's enough already. And it's, you know what? It's gore for gore's sake. There's no reason for it.
What was the most positive thing you pulled out of it, Brian?
Nothing.
I love him. He is just no holds
Nothing.
barred.
The only positive thing I pulled out of it was at the end of issue 2 was the introduction, hiring Taskmaster. That's the only slightly redeeming quality, but knowing how those geniuses work, they'll probably kill him off at the last second too.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
Yeah, I don't get. Yeah, exactly. Because when in the comic 2-pack of Taskmaster and Deadpool, right? He kills. Deadpool whips his ass. Why would they? Why would I guess guys educate me on this. Has Taskmaster ever beaten Deadpool?
Not that I know of.
Well, Taskmaster helped train Deadpool, so I could see it possible.
Yeah, but in that comic book, they mention every time. Well, maybe it's in the preview for the 3rd issue, but they mention every time somebody that dies that Taskmaster has copied their moves, he loses those moves. So he's gonna go kill Deadpool when he's got like Batman powers at the end of this thing, and he's gonna go fight.
Touche.
Oh my God!
But Oh,
Oh,
that
we
makes the world, remember?
Yeah, I know.
God. Well, this is my question. Well, doesn't Taskmaster, as soon as he sees a move, he can copy it immediately?
Yeah, he can copy other people's, the way they move, the way they fight.
What is he, like a Mazo or something?
I don't
No,
even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
no, he's not like a Mazo. He's got something called photographic reflexes. It's like
Yeah.
photographic memory,
Yeah.
but it's
Is it instantaneous is my question.
yes, it is instantaneous. He, in his origin, in his first appearance story back in the Avengers, he only had to watch something for a couple seconds, and when he was a kid, he watched a rodeo cowboy doing rope tricks, went right outside and did rope tricks immediately. So it's something he picks up instantaneous. One look and he can he already knows everybody's moves and able to counteract them. The only thing is, he's a character who's not used correctly a lot of times until, for some reason back in the 80s, they decided to have him go up against the Thing, and he got his ass whooped to him, but let's face it, what moves is he going to get? Is he going to get from the Thing that he's going to be able to kick at the Thing's butt?
It's clobbering time. He's got that.
Might get a catchy catchphrase. But
This series was just, I can't stand any of these series. They're just,
you didn't like the way he killed Thor?
no, I thought it was stupid.
No way, dude. That was a genius.
I thought it was cool. I mean, it's not realistic, but I thought it was cool.
Question is, how did he get those particles on the hammer?
You don't want to know.
See, that's not cool.
See,
That's
this
not
is the
cool.
problem
That's dirty.
This is the problem I have with it. It's just like annihilating people just to annihilate it and ignore all logic.
That's what it's supposed to be, though.
But I do not like that.
Well, you're not everybody, Brian.
Yes, but
I liked it. I know, I mean, Jesus, I go to you for advice, but I'm telling you, I like the books.
I'm a DC guy, and it just sounds cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The movement is building. Anyway, now, this subject I have been dying to get into all week since I heard the news. Or actually, you know what? Let me hold off because I still got a couple things I want to think about that. You know what, Jason? Why don't you, Jason Quaranga, why don't you lead this? You and Hottie, why don't you guys talk about Batman and Robin? Because let you guys lead on this one because that book this week was it was epic. It was probably one of the most amazing stories I've ever read in the Batman line.
Yeah, it was definitely nice to see all these Robins together. I mean, I'm kind of happy that some people might not agree, but I like that Jason Todd is back as the Red Hood. Not really a good guy; he's still a vigilante, kind of like in between kind of a guy. But having all of them come in and help Batman and Robin fight this weird dude called Terminus, who I still don't understand really who the heck he is, but just that comic with them just fighting was amazing. Especially that little snapshot, that we all seen on the page.
Uh-huh.
That's an iconic image. I love that one.
Well, yeah, you've got several things in there. You got the augmentation armor, which is great because it shows you kind of got the Batbot thing going. You got all the whole generation of Robins looking up in the sky, and then when they go to rescue Damian, just that they're fighting that goofy looking bitch. They're all coming to his rescue, and you got Red Hood grabbing him, sliding, firing, and you got Nightwing and Red Robin on the, I mean, it was just...
Did you see the nods to Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
No. Please, enlighten me.
Well, I mean, the whole bomb over the harbor thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't get the nods. No.
That is, pretty... I was like, whoa, where is this going? I think I've seen this before.
yeah, it's called Captain America.
I like the one line though where Jason's sliding with Damian in his arms and he's shooting people's feet and Dick says to him, "What, you got a foot fetish now or something?" He goes, "No, I don't want Daddy to get mad if I take the kill shot."
Yeah, I like when he says also when Damian is telling him you want to ride, he's like, Jason's like, two's company, four is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, but this is probably the best line in that whole book, though. The best line.
Towards the end, when I think Joey's gonna hit, me and Joe are on the same page as one, right?
Go ahead, Jace, you take it, because, I mean, that line to me was so powerful.
Is when he throws the Eskrima stick at Damian and says,
Oh,
"Here,
yeah.
I heard you paid a visit to Tim and Jason. Take it. We don't need to fight." He goes, "If you notice, you're already wearing the R on your chest."
And it's just him just standing there looking at him. And I guess it's kind of like that's how freaking wild Nightwing is, how cool he is. But just the fact that it kind of the way they drew Damian sitting there, like maybe they are kind of thinking of me as family. I've never had that before.
Well, I mean, you have to understand that the relationship between Dick and Damian, especially, is different than Jason and Tim, because when Dick was Batman, Damian was his Robin. So they have this relationship by themselves that's separate than Jason and Tim.
And I agree, and that proves that, everyone's saying the New 52 reboot. I mean, no, they still tell you that Dick was Batman at one point. So, I mean, it still tells you that Batman wasn't touched. They just gave him all faceless.
I'm so glad they kept the Green Lantern and Batman untouched.
How? It doesn't make any sense, because if you then look at history, this entire thing is all screwed up.
Do we lose him?
Stories of Green Lantern and Batman.
Chronologically, the whole universe is screwed. But Batman and Green Lantern, the writing has stayed congruent with everything else. It's gone with all the other stories.
But then
the Blackest Night still happened, but then you have the Justice League, which I've always said stands alone, because they said 5 years this, 5 years that. Who's Bruce Wayne? It's like, come on now. Justice League fucked us all up.
But if Green Lantern hasn't been touched, how come Parallax ever came out? Because Parallax should have never came out of the Central Battery, because when Hal Jordan went nuts when Coast City was destroyed during the reign of the Superman, which never happened now because of this reboot. It doesn't make sense.
But Brian, we're also talking about last week. We were saying about the contingency plan. I mean,
they had an out from day one. It's a sloppy way of doing it. They've said they've had a timeline, but yet no one has seen this timeline.
Okay, so this is a perfect time. Let me stop you there, because we can go on and on about this, but this is where I'm going to pull my Marvel boys in on this. Josh and Jason, my question for you guys is, what's up with the new Marvel? I mean, Hulk's got armor. Iron Man's black and red. What's the scoop on this, guys?
I thought we told you we're not going to comment on this.
Oh, you're definitely commenting on this. I need to know. I need to know, because seriously, because you got to remember, what you're going through feeling-wise right now is what all the DC fans went through when they moved to DC 52 with Superman's new outfit and the way they did this. Now it's kind of like Marvel's thinking, well, let's follow in his footsteps, see if we can do something with it.
Hey, I like Superman's new outfit.
Well, a lot of people don't, but let's neither here or there. I want to know what Josh and Jason really think of this, because I put a picture on the wall and I'm like, what do you guys think on CTP? And everybody was like, either they were okay with it, but everybody was more or less like, what the fuck? I mean, WTF. It was all over the place. A lot of people didn't like it. I mean, Josh, what's your feelings?
I don't know. I know it's going to involve a lot. I don't care about the costume changes. That doesn't matter to me. I just don't like that they're combining X-Men and Avengers, and they're going to have the Uncanny Avengers and all this stuff like that. I don't. That's, to me, I don't like that.
Well, what about Captain's outfit? I mean, they're obviously moving that drawing towards the movie.
That doesn't bother me. I don't care about the outfits. I'm not into that sort of thing, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I am, because let's be real. I mean, he looked like he was a Jan Skin freaking disco outfit in the movie. I mean, he had the freaking flap shirt and all that crap that he was wearing. I mean, his armor sucked. You know what I mean? I want to see armor on Cap. You know what I mean? But he's still Captain America. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on what Marvel's trying to do here.
Well, in regards to character design, you have Jim Lee, you have an all-star team that did the DC-52 relaunch. With the Marvel Now designs, I believe it was all straight Joe Quesada and his team, which I'm not a big fan of in general. To me, the whole thing seems like a Heroes Reborn all over again, because they already set a deadline, not like DC-52 where you don't know when the DC-52 universe is going to end, right? Am I correct on that?
We don't know anything.
Right.
Well, unless that girl Pandora comes back and just puts back everything like it used to be.
Brian, what's your thoughts on that?
Which one?
Your thoughts of maybe Pandora coming back and setting it right, or what Jason was saying about, kind of with will it ever end and go back to the modern age?
Here's the thing that doesn't make any sense about the entire New 52. How we go back to Warner again? How much data do they actually have in this? They had the licensing show back in June. all the licensing they had was for the old pre-52 universe. If they're such behind this, why aren't we seeing, sheets, shirts, all this stuff with New 52 stuff?
There's nothing out there. Absolutely nothing.
Other than graffiti, other than, the action figures and T-shirts from Graffiti Images designs, we're not seeing anything in terms of licensing for the New 52. And right around the New 52, they did do some licensing for some Converse sneakers. They were going to do 4 different eras: Golden Age, Silver Age, Modern Age, and the New 52. It never came to fruition.
Mm-hmm. Even the Superman costume from Man of Steel, they asked them, was it influenced by the New 52? Because, they took out the red the red underwear. And they said, no, we had no idea. This was even before we knew that, DC was going through this whole change. And we just wanted...
Yeah, I call on that one, too. They had the keys of the kingdom on that one.
Yeah. Well, their reason was, we just wanted to make it look more alien, as if it's from Krypton.
But if you notice it, the weave is the exact same as what Brandon, that little weasel that did it. The freaking, oh God, it was horrible. The last Superman movie.
Brandon Routh.
Yeah. What is this best movie since? And Dylan Dog or whatever the heck it's called.
Don't blame Routh for that.
Yeah, it's not Routh's fault.
Dude, just look. I'm not sorry. I don't think. All right, don't cut my head off. But I didn't think Reeves was my. Yeah, he was cool when I was a kid. But looking at him now, yeah, whatever. The outfit was the same. It's the same kind of weave. The big thing is, the only thing that's almost different is that there's not really a high drawn neck, and there's no red belt.
And the logo was smaller.
Yeah, but he does have a there's no logo on the back of the cape on this movie, right?
Well, you know what failed about that movie was...
we've seen a couple shots of it.
I haven't seen it. I don't think there is...
Oh, yeah, there's pictures on the wall of it. They were filming in that town that one day. Because a lot of it looks like it's CG, because he's doing a lot of fight scenes without the cape on.
Yeah, a lot of the cape is going to be CG because it needs to flow. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be CG, almost lower end of how Spawn was, but it's not going to be as flowing.
It reminds me of Thor's cape, actually. Yeah, the movie Thor.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Hani. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that, because that's going to lead me into the question I've been dying to freaking ask. I mentioned a couple times already. Josh Miller, Jason, are you guys ready to get on the hot seat on this one?
Let's go.
All right. Avengers 2. I literally saw it in the theaters 6 times.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh, I couldn't get enough of it. But it was that good of a movie to me. It was just seeing an epic group of high-powered superheroes together on a screen was just amazing for me. I mean, I'm a 41-year-old man, but I felt like I was a kid again just watching these things, because it was just that amazing. But my question is, the great news that came out this week is Joss Whedon is actually going to be back at the helm for Avengers 2. Amazing. We all know he's a fanboy, and he did it right. He frickin' did it right. Now I'm also understanding that he is also going to be handling the live-action TV show. My question for you guys is, on the Avengers 2 and the TV show, what does Josh and his team, creative team, have to do, first of all, to avoid the curse of the sequel? We all know sequels typically are half-assed done. They usually suck. They're always compared to the first. But what is going to be the thing that tips the scales, and what heroes, as Marvel fans as you guys are, would you like to see that actually would contribute to the success of that next movie?
Wasn't it with comic books is the curse of the prequel?
Honey, yeah, DC, babe, I got your movie coming. Don't worry.
I know. I was just asking you, usually with comic books, it's the threequel that's the curse. Sequels are actually better than the first.
I saw Curse the sequel. I mean, there's a lot of
Spider-Man 2, X-Men 2.
Sucked.
I think they were better than the first.
Well, that's your
X-Men 2 was better than the first. Dark Knight Returns, but the Dark Knight was a lot stronger than Batman Begins.
All right, I'm getting my ass kicked on that question. Allow me to rephrase, please. Me. See, you guys don't know, Honey, he's a professional actor, and hopefully if his agent does him well, he'll get on the show Arrow that's coming up. So we'll get into that a little bit. So Him and Brian will dust me on that kind of stuff. So in other words, guys, what's going to make Avengers 2 better than the first one, and who do we need to see be in it that's going to make it that way?
Go ahead, Jason.
I think you got your answer in the teaser at the end with Thanos. I think he's going to make the whole movie.
Okay, but if he's going to fight the same team, okay, all right, I can see a CG Thanos, okay? That's not going to want to make me go to the theater. We've already seen the Chitauri. We've already seen Loki. Thanos is not going to do much for me. What other people or what does that movie have to do to pull us into that theater again like the way it did? I mean, dude, billions of dollars. I mean, that and when the DVDs come out, oh my God, man, it's going to be this thing. I hope to God it overtakes Titanic because I cheer when that freaking ship goes down every time and Kate Winslet and freaking what's his face are going under the water. I want to see Avengers blow that out of the water.
Marvel Studios has this formula where they build you up to this whole big Avengers movie, where each character from the movie, Captain America, Guardians, whatever, all the movies that you saw that they're going to be releasing in the next couple of years will build up for Avengers 2. So in a sense, it's kind of like Hollywood brainwashing because you're going to want to see Avengers 2. I'm that confident.
All right, so you just said Guardians of the Galaxy, which has that been given a green light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what other movies do we have planned? Now, am I seeing correctly that there's casting for Black Panther?
That's not confirmed yet, but Ant-Man's been confirmed.
All right, so they've actually shot test footage on that, right?
Yes, they did, and it was shown at Comic-Con.
And the response was?
Very cool.
Okay. I mean, were people like, wow, holy crap, it's Ant-Man?
Yeah, it was. From when I saw somebody talking about it, it was pretty much starts off, you just kind of see it's all from his perspective. And you see him running down the hallway at miniature length. You see these two guards. He jumps up, runs on down the gun of one of the guards, and then you see the camera increase in size, and he hits the guy, and then shrinks down and hits the other guy. And this is all through his perspective. And people are just saying it was freaking amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and now there hasn't been like any lead actor that's been confirmed to play Ant-Man yet, or
right.
So we don't know who will be him actually, but
right.
The movie has been confirmed.
Well, we know Avengers Assemble, the new comic that Marvel's been doing, which I am reading. I love it. They're fighting the fight against Thanos, and then so we got the Guardians of the Galaxy. We have Ant-Man. What other movies are we expecting? I mean, look, educate me. Are we going to see Spider-Man jump in there since he's in there?
I doubt it. They're still under license with Sony, so you'll never see Spider-Man in the next Avengers movies. I don't think, at least.
Well, my question is, from what I'm understanding, is that Disney is very close of buying the rights for Fantastic Four.
Trading the rights for Fantastic Four.
Trade? Oh, really? What is in the trade for that?
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Which would be a really stupid move for them to do.
Yeah.
So Sony wants Daredevil?
No. Fox already has... Fox wants Daredevil again. They want to try another Daredevil film.
Yeah.
Lord knows why, because the first one was just perfect.
And then I think we got Iron Man 3 coming out, Captain America 2, and Thor 2.
You know what? Let me ask you about that, Josh, on that one, since you mentioned it. This Extremis armored line, everybody said, everybody was all excited about seeing Iron Patriot, but it ended up being, War Machine or something like that? Or, obviously that's what, he gets damaged and he has, this armor pretty much just builds on top of him. He doesn't have to, stand in a machine. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess with the 3, that's going to basically get moved into the Avengers 2, right?
I would assume it would be.
Okay. So now we have so we got Extremis, but he's already an established character. So besides Guardians and Ant-Man, who do you guys think? I mean, that could add to the team. I mean, I'd love to see a Black Panther. I mean, I love that character. He is probably one of my favorite characters. He's just raw and just, he's just amazing.
Well, yeah, go ahead, whoever.
Well, I was just going to say that knowing Marvel, most likely they probably have this all planned where they might introduce Black Panther and consider releasing their movie after the Avengers 2.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he gets a cameo or something in the movie, or Iron Man, or of Captain America. But Marvel, they're going to release, I think, 3 or 4 movies a year, and that's not counting the ones owned by Marvel, but like you'll get your X-Men or your Wolverine movies or Spider-Man.
This is ridiculous. You heard us, he said 3 or 4 movies a year. We got to wait 3 years. We get Batman and Superman.
Well, that's because they're terrible, but that's another topic.
I can't say nothing. It's too funny. It's just funny. But all right, so hopefully we see a Black Panther. Have you guys heard anything else through the rumor vine about any other?
Oh yeah, Vision.
But wait a minute. I want Brian Isaacs to definitely listen to this because him and I had a conversation about this where wherever you're going to go, Brian felt at the time that Vision could not work in the Marvel Universe.
No, it cannot work in the cinematic.
In the cinematic version. I'm sorry.
It cannot. It's a character that should not be used. It's too silly of a concept. A lot of people were saying it's going to be Coulson's brainwaves, but that's been rebutted several times. The best way they could go, besides introducing Black Panther, would be to have Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
I don't think they can. They have them.
Yes, they can.
Okay, I didn't know.
Those two characters are considered both X-Men and Avengers property. So either studio can do something with it. It's a matter, even if they both do something with it, one can do it and the other one can do it as well. They're the only two characters that can do that for some reason.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, I didn't know that though. That's cool.
Yeah, cool. Good. Thank God. I tell you, Brian's awesome to be with, Josh. I mean, he'll teach you something. All right, now, Hani and Jason. Hani, especially you. I know you're drawing blood from your tongue at this point. Let's talk about the JLU movie, okay? Hopefully everybody listens to this and understands. We just found out Ben Affleck has been rebunked. It's been rebunked that he's going to be the director. So he's not involved in this.
Nope, he's not involved anymore.
Right, and you told me that.
And I think a lot of us would be happy.
Oh, please, don't.
Although as a director,
it's a great movie. He's a strong director.
I think he would have done a hell of a job.
Let me continue. I mean, Gone Be Gone was good. The Town was excellent. I love The Town. And his next one, Argo, is also looking to be really good. I really respect him as a director. But here's the tricky point. Now, of all his movies that he directed, he included himself in it. So he was either a supporting character or the main character. Now,
he wasn't in Gone Baby Gone.
Wasn't he like a supporting cameo?
No, he wasn't in it at all.
He directed it, didn't he?
He was in The Town. He was in The Town, and he's in Argo. So a lot of people were thinking, this is not me talking. I mean, a lot of people online are just saying, well, if he does direct Justice League, is he going to include himself? Is he going to be one of the guys? Wasn't he Daredevil already? We don't want to see him again in another superhero. And, but as an actor, he was never taken seriously. But as a director,
this is my question to you then. Enough about Affleck, because he's out. We know that now. He's done, correct? 100%.
He's gone, yeah.
Okay. You heard it here first. Now, what do they have to do? Because this is tricky. Jason Quariner and I talk about this all the time.
Yes.
And I think Brian and I have talked about it numerous times. One thing that Marvel's done in their studios and everything, they've had 9.5, 10 years to build a roadmap to success and perfection and finish it off with a freaking cream of the crop freaking Josh Whedon fanboy director to make one of the most epic freaking flicks that you've ever seen. But we get the tidbits of, we're going to see Diana, maybe Wonder Woman's. I mean, we don't even know if it's confirmed yet. Nobody knows. And Wonder Woman's going to be in the Man of Steel, right? But we're all spanking ourselves because we're all excited about it because, hey, it'd be cool if we saw Wonder Woman, which, then all the, the conspiracy theorist nuts are like, oh, my God, we got the Trinity. The Trinity's there, right? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Batman camp is, they left the ending open. What's his face? Help me here, guys. Who was Batman?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Oh.
Christian Bale said, yeah, I'd love to, do it again if they can work it in or something, after he said he wouldn't. I mean, there's all this stuff coming out. I love to see Christian Bale, especially what he did, in Colorado, just as being a human being. He'll forever live in my mind as the Batman, period. But what does Warner Brothers, and I know Brian's answer, get the hell out of it, but what do these guys have to do, or what kind of director do they need to bring to this table to make this movie. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot have a high-flying, colorful team, a bunch of members running around with these real bright clothes kicking ass. It won't work.
Honestly, what they should do right now is don't rush things, because that's what they're doing. I feel like right now what's happening is they had their own agenda. Well, you know what? We're not going to do Justice League. We're just going to make our main characters the Trinity, whatever. They saw the success of the Avengers. Oh, shoot. Well, let's do something too. We got to top that. We got to have our answer to that. That is their biggest downfall. In my opinion, this will ruin everything. I think right now they should just take it one step at a time and not rush things. Just because the Avengers are successful doesn't mean you're going to do a successful Justice League movie. You got to take your time with this stuff.
Oh, especially JL. Especially JL.
Yeah, and especially that they're thinking of rebooting Batman. I mean, if they were using the Nolan Batman, maybe, because already you've established Batman, and you've already establishing Superman, and Green Lantern, we all would love to forget right now, but, I mean, you've established 3 characters, so maybe, but especially that you're going to reboot Batman, you got to take it one step at a time.
Brian?
And I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with what you just said, and it can't be rushed. But I sit on both sides of the coin of this situation. I'm a huge DC nut, and I would love to see it happen eventually. But I do have to agree, having Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman together in one movie, or even throw the Green Lantern, have 4 of them in one movie, it's almost like, okay, well, they're not going to fail. I mean, at least in the Avengers, you kind of saw a point where, are they going to come together? Are they going to do this? I mean, you knew what was going to happen, but it was done so well that it built you up, and every step of the way you're like, wow, that was cool, that was cool, that was cool. But with a Justice League movie, you can almost predict, like right now, I can almost predict a story they'll use, and if you know the history, you're going to know the ending. And it's almost like you can't, there's no way to surprise anybody here.
Well, this is the thing that Marvel gets. Marvel gets, like we said, 9.5, 10 years of a road track laid down. They get a background story, and you know these characters, okay? What I'm scared of, and Brian Isaacs, I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I'm feeling like Warner expects us. Everybody should know he was Clark Kent. He was, crashed on a spaceship. They expect us and assume that we already know the background, so they can just jump right into it. That's what I'm concerned about.
Well, that's the problem there. It's the cart before the horses. For the past 5 years they've been talking about, we're going to be making a Justice League movie. We're going to be making a Justice League movie. At one time there, rumors. It's just like, we're going to be getting Common for Jon Stewart, and we're going to be making this Justice League movie. Yeah, okay. You guys want to stop talking about it and actually start working on it? Actually, let somebody else work on it, and you guys walk away. Just walk away, because you guys fuck up the property left and right. That's all Warner keeps doing.
Common and that Mamacita that was playing Wonder Woman. They were the only 2 that I thought looked like they could actually play the parts, but that's neither here or there. It's dead.
Well, don't take Common away. Common actually is a very good actor. I mean,
that's what I said. I said.
I'm not knocking Common. I'm just knocking the fact that they're making all these announcements before they started making announcements about it was going to be shooting. It was supposed to be shooting 3 years ago. And it didn't. And
it was called Justice League Mortal.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Good job.
And there was really no script. There was no script they were working with. It wasn't fully cast. They were working with the seat of their pants, just saying, because these brain trusts at Warner said, okay, we got to have a Justice League movie.
Well,
make it so. I mean, these are the same geniuses who thought it'd be a good idea to let Tim Burton direct a Batman film. This is what we can say about them, because they don't know shit. Well,
this is my question, and because we don't have too much time left tonight, but I definitely want to pose this question to my Marvel guys. Jason, I know would you agree? You enjoy both sides of the fence on that, DC and Marvel.
Which Jason?
Jason K. Is he there with us, Mr. Koyama? All right. Josh Miller.
Yeah.
You're by yourself. Anyway. Now, we all know your feeling, obviously. Putting the jokes and fun aside, you really are not a fan of the DC world. I mean, you've always been Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. My question to you is, all right, I'm a Marvel fan. Here comes this movie. It's showing on, the teasers are on TV, the trailers and everything. What do they have to do to actually, seriously, they're not like kill off Batman. What do they have to do to make people like yourself want to see this movie?
I don't know. I haven't seen the last 2 Batman movies. Like I don't think I would watch it myself.
You've got, now I will say this, don't let it, guys, let me say it as a host because you guys are very passionate about this. I'm saying it as a neutral party. Josh, Brian opened my eyes a while back, and you can't go into those Nolan films thinking it's a Batman movie, it's super. It's not. It's a crime drama.
Yep.
If you watch it as a crime drama, it's amazing. It will unfold it for you. Huh?
I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, treat it as a graphic novel. It's Christopher Nolan's graphic novel. That's how I put it.
It's that good. It's that deep. It's very deep. I mean, you probably like the storyline. It's made as if a regular human being can do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Batman is. I understand. I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, he is a regular human being, but he still whips everybody that are metahumans' asses. You know.
Yeah, I get it.
I know. It sucks to know the truth, but anyway, it's cool. It's all right, buddy. We can give you that. Anyway, is Jason back with us yet or no?
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness, man! You disappeared.
You started talking about DC and Justice League. I'm like, I'll be back later.
Whoa, dude! You said you liked both of them. That was ultimate slapping at Kuyans. All right, nice. Okay, well, let's talk about this, guys. We had a lot of fun last week when you guys there at the Best Damn Marvel page on Facebook, Make My Marvel, gave them guys the question of who do you see coming in from any other line and doing something good, right? I got to ask you guys this. Josh, you probably won't know, but you heard. Jason, you probably know. Num-Nums down there, Batman fanboy, says Oracle. Okay?
And she would work.
She would not work. She would not work. Okay, dude? I'm sorry. I don't think Oracle, the girl that's in a wheelchair that got shot by the Joker, is going to freaking be able to pull
She can network between the Avengers and the X-Men.
They can't even network between themselves. They're always fighting. What do you guys think?
Oh, you can't. That's a
Jason, listen, seriously, duct tape the mouth real quick. I want to hear the other Jason's part.
Oracle will probably just be like a side character, if anything. Maybe one panel worth.
Say it again. How many panels?
One panel
Thank
worth.
you.
I don't think she's gonna really make too much of a difference, to be honest with you. But what other characters did you have in mind?
Well, Jason said Red Hood. Yeah, I know. Trained by Batman, killed by the Joker. I said all this last week. You can't get him. And then you say, well, give me somebody else. And he goes, there is nobody else but Batman. I mean, that was done. I had enough of it after that. I was done. Then, okay, this was the epic one. Brian probably gave the best answer. He said Hellboy.
I like that. That works.
Hellboy, that's a cool one.
Isn't it? Oh, my God.
I mean, Hellboy is somebody you could... His origins back to the 1940s. You could tie... I mean, the great thing is, if he was a Marvel character, you could tie him into the Invaders and tie him into the supernatural aspects. It's... like I said last week, I could see him being a drinking buddy with the Thing.
Yeah. And then, oh God, this one was great. Roderick, which we love, goes, I could really see a team up between Green Arrow and Hawkeye. And well, that's when I had to get damage control to talk to your people, to talk to my people. You know what I mean? But what do you guys think? I mean, if Green Arrow, which he's already done, but we know Brian's thoughts and everybody else's, but what are your thoughts if Green Arrow came over into the Marvel Universe?
Well, I'd say you can take Green Arrow back. I'd rather have Grifter. I think Grifter and Hawkeye would probably go well.
But we didn't say him. We said Green Arrow.
Green
Arrow. Redundant.
Who is he? I don't even know who that is.
You know who he is because you sent me supposedly sent me the Green Arrow bust. Yeah, you probably threw it away. Anyway,
I sent it. Actually, sent it Friday.
In pieces?
I should.
But no, but he's basically an archer. The difference is like Brian Isaac said.
He looks like Robin Hood. Like he looks like some goofy character from Robin Hood. And got his little goofy mustache, his little gay porn mustache he has, or goatee.
Oh my God.
I don't
Brian
know.
Isaac. I know Brian Isaacs. Take your choke collars off. Go.
They're two different archers. I mean, we've seen in Avengers JLA, it's an even match, and the person who is the master when it comes to knowledge about this is Kurt Buswick. And, you know, it would be an even match between the two of them.
Yeah, but Hawkeye is just more entertaining.
Not exactly. Not exactly. Nope.
Yeah.
Well, are we talking character design-wise as well? Because I definitely don't see Green Archer sticking in the Marvel Universe.
Well, it's different because he's not wearing the little feather and the little pointy hat like he was. You know what I mean? This is he's evolved into more of a darker image, not the bright greens, but the darker greens. Like you know,
he's the hooded version now.
Yeah, exactly, and that's his face is covered. You know,
but they do have a point. I mean, look at the costumes of the classic DC to classic Marvel. You really can't. I can't see those costumes going back and forth between universes. I just can't see like somebody like Batman's costume working in the Marvel universe. Well, it does work in the DC universe.
You're right. I was thinking the same thing. A lot of that does not work over there.
And it has nothing to do with one or the other. It's just they're two different universes, two different distinct styles.
Yeah.
And that's why it works. I mean, I can't remember what issue it was, but there was a Marvel comic where someone's getting beat up by a guy in a cape, and another hero says, "You're going to let a guy in a cape do that to you?" It was almost a little slam to the DC heroes, but that's the way DC heroes are.
I think Wonder Woman can work in Thor's universe very well.
What, as his mistress?
Well, yeah, maybe. Never know.
Well, I mean, she's in the gods.
She's got that Amazon,
hotness,
tiaras and bracelets and swords and shields and.
Yeah, but Stan Lee said it best, and I love this about Stan Lee. And DC fan can always take a shot at a Marvel fan and say, well, Stan Lee took inspiration. But then Stan Lee came back with this one line, and I think it went something like, well, okay, but how do they fly? And it's like, well, they, seriously, how's Wonder Woman fly? But, and that's what you get. Because he hits you with this question because, like we said, the truth is it's cool to see them mix, but the characters and the worlds are so different. There's so many different storylines, and yeah, you can take either one any way, but as we're all learning, you can't take them too far away from their roots, because when you start doing that, you start getting the what the fuck moments going on, and that's what it's coming down to. I mean, like today, I'm driving home thinking that, or driving around today thinking about the show, and like I was thinking one thing. I mean, and Josh and Jason, you guys can attest. One thing that Marvel characters do, they're superheroes and they're villains. They instill fear. Yes.
Wait. They don't fight their villains anymore, though.
Yeah,
Marvel.
they fight each other.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Whatever. Anyway, Josh, Jason, would you agree? They instill a lot of fear. You got Wolverine, who's a superhero, but when he unleashes them claws, somebody's getting bloody. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's always been established that Marvel's been in kind of the real world.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that's the thing. They're scary characters. I mean, you read a Marvel comic, they're scary. Like, any one of their characters can go dark. But I was thinking about that, and honestly, I probably would last week if instead of saying zombies, if I was thinking about as much fear as they instill, I thought the crossover would be Sinestro, in a sense. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. He could play off so much fear in that universe that Wolverine is a freaking Yellow Lantern. I mean, Sinestro Corps. Those guys would just whip some ass together, slaughtering, because they instill so much fear, whether it's a good guy or a bad guy. That's why I think Marvel stories and their characters are so deep and so entrenched. And it was playing around in my mind,
Well,
wouldn't it be nice to have Wolverine as a Red Lantern? That would be so cool.
Oh, he does have some rage.
Yeah. That would be so cool.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
I'm going to make it, Josh, or Jason, whoever said, I'm going to make you that's what I'm doing tonight. I think I'm going to find myself a buck, and I'm going to make you a Wolverine Red Lantern.
That'd be awesome.
Why?
Oh, whatever. Did you see that Blue Beetle bust I gave you on the wall this past week?
I don't even want to get into it, but the Marvel universe has always been, the main thing is about realism with them. They don't shy away from things, with one exception. For a real universe, no one seems to be able to smoke a fucking cigarette.
Hey, quit doing that. It's not good for the kids.
Yeah, but come on, man. Wolverine's thing was a cigar shoved in his face.
Hey, you can't smoke cigarettes in half the cities in the country. What's it matter?
I smoke them anyway.
What does it matter? It takes away from their character. That's what it matters.
It's a character trait.
It has to do with Joe Quesada shoving his own personal agenda. Oh, my father died of cancer, so I can't have any fictional character smoke. But I'll have him beat the crap out of people, do drugs.
That's a true story. What he's saying, Joe Quesada says his dad died of cancer. Nobody said you can gut people, cut their heads off, take their children, quarter them, whatever you want to do. Just they can't smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, personally, I'd rather have my kid read somebody smoking a cigarette than gutting them.
Well, Joe will have his reign, and once he leaves, then I'm sure Wolverine will be smoking a cigar again.
That was a really weak answer, dude. Don't end the show on that. Anyway, guys, let me tell you something. We're getting at the end here. Guys, please, I got to tell you, Josh, Jason, I hope you guys want to come back. You've been absolutely awesome. You taught us a lot tonight.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are great, man. Hopefully we continue the camaraderie. Josh Miller did a great job tonight, buddy. Talk about it, and I'm going to put it out there to you Collectors Trading Post people, as well as you Make Mine Marvel people. If you like to see Josh or Jason, one of those guys each week sit on this panel, because I'm surrounded by DC, and thank God I got my Brian Isaacs there. But if you'd like to see one of those guys each week sit here as one of the mains on the panel to welcome our special guest, we'd like to hear from you. So definitely give us let us know at the end of this. I'd love to have one of those guys sit here, because what they told me tonight, even when they started off, that they actually talked to people, it was great news. And I mean, it was a great just great time with you guys. Brian Isaacs, as always, I just love hearing your commentary and your thoughts. It's just so dead on. Hani, I'm definitely going to have you back, brother, because we definitely, maybe even a cameo or something, we got to talk about Arrow. What your thoughts is. Jason?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're lucky these guys. Oh, you're great, man. I hope you come back. Jason, you got off light because everybody actually was pretty damn interesting tonight. So, but
I was expecting worse.
Yeah. No, it was good stuff. But anyway, folks, from everybody at CTP Collector University, I just want to say, as always, collectors helping collectors, help each other, get the knowledge out there. If you find a sale, tell somebody. And a little tip of the week for you Marvel fans, remember, Target, DPCI numbers, Walmart, $5 Marvel Universe figures. Buy them, so when you have to pay $10, you can return the $5 and buy a $10 figure for only $5. Little secret, it's known, but do it anyway. Save yourself some money, because we all know how the economy's going. So if you want to expand your collection with less money out of your pocket, do it. Anyway, this is Joey Papa CTP Buscemi saying thank you so much for the week of August 12th. Hope to see you all next week. And again, thank you. God bless and goodbye.
Later.